Hi Capricorn, and welcome to When Twin Flames Reunite Timeless Tarot Reading. This is a tarot reading that was suggested by a viewer named Star Sapphire. So if you enjoyed this reading, please be sure to send her lots of love and gratitude. What she had expressed was there's a lot of information out there about when twin flames are apart and the healing and all the things that take place in that, but there's not a lot of information about when the twin flames come back together and the energies that they are dealing with in that space, you know, because when you've been with somebody and you've created a bond and a life together, and then you break up and you go experience life without each other, and then you come back together, you know, it can be challenging to work through those energies of the experiences that each of you have had without the other one. Okay, so I marinated on her request, and this is what I have come up with. So I hope that you enjoy it, and I hope that it, you know, brings you some clarity and understanding. This here is the card that represents you in the tarot. This is the card for Capricorn, the Devil, and I don't look at it as a negative energy. I look at it as 10th house Saturn energy, very driven, working very hard, very focused, you know, on what you're doing, even to the point of obsession. And if you are being really creative and trying to, you know, make something happen for yourself, being obsessed about it isn't such a bad thing. So it's not a negative energy whatsoever. It's a very hardworking, dedicated energy that is willing to be disciplined, okay? So that is you, Capricorn. And to make this a bit more fun for everybody, I'm going to pull a card for another zodiac sign. This is the other 11 zodiac signs, and I leave that up to Spirit's discretion. And the zodiac sign that I pull is a special confirmation to somebody that Spirit wants to give them, okay? So there is no zodiac sign excluded from this as your twin flame. So whatever comes here doesn't mean, oh, this is not for you. It's just, this is a special message for somebody from Spirit. And you could say, oh, well, what if my twin flame's a Capricorn? How would that come through? Well, you know, there's been reading where I'm doing this and that card falls and there's my answer. It's a Capricorn. It would be a Capricorn twin flame of the special confirmation. So no zodiac sign is excluded, but what comes through here is a very special confirmation for somebody. So Capricorn, let's see. We have Aquarius. So those of you reuniting with an Aquarius twin flame, this is a very extra special reading for you, courtesy of Spirit. Okay, so I have some cards here, and the reason why I have these here is, for me, my belief about the twin flame journey. And, you know, I have a bit of a different belief than the status quo of twin flame energy, but that is irrelevant, because when I do these, I'm reading your energy and your destiny. So for me, when twin flames come together, but then there's this disconnection in their life, but they're destined to eventually reunite, there's a story to be told about that, and that's what these cards are about, okay? There is a dimensional shift in the experience of the twin flame energy and the love that you have for each other from when we first hook up, then what happens during the disconnection, you know, and then what is now birthed into life in the reunion. So this is the vice versa tarot, and it speaks of that dimensionality so beautifully. I love this deck. There are no words for this deck. So anyways, by the way, all the decks that I'm using in this reading are listed in the description box below. All right, Capricorn, so What this means for you is when you and your twin flame met, you guys connected under the guise of the moon and stars, okay? So there were elements of you and elements of your twin flame that were not outrightly apparent or visible to the other, all right? But we meet under the guise of the moon to create that deep connection where all is beautiful, all is peachy, there is no flaw, it's perfection. You know what I'm talking about. So that's the energy of this card, okay? And now, you know, the sun is beginning to rise, and we're starting to see each other a bit more for who we really are. But more than that, there's this beautiful bond and connection that is also being recognized with this rising sun. And you will notice that the one becomes the two, the ace turns into the two. So there's a progression of energy. And then through time, we transition into this lovers, and you'll notice the sun is high in the sky. And this is where we're really noticing the differences between ourselves. There is nothing hidden by the moonlight and the stars any longer. And on this side of the card, this is a dimension, and there's another dimension of experience on the other side. But on this side, this is where we push against each other. We try to reshape each other to better suit ourselves, okay? It's human nature. It's not like a malicious thing. And, you know, we push and pull, and we now see the differences in each other. And, you know, the guise of the moon and the stars has fallen away. It's not to say that we're not deeply bonded and we don't really love each other, but now our incompatibilities have become apparent more than the initial connection that brought us together, okay? And now we transition over here, and time has passed. We're at the 10 of Cups. We've shared many memories. We've learned many things. The ace has now turned into the 10. The cycle of this is now complete, okay? And you will notice that the lovers' clothes are a bit tattered, and they hold each other on the shore. This is expressing that there is great love, but there is still so much more to learn. And this coming, you know, in as the 10, this means without each other, we're realizing that it's time to separate and go our own ways, okay? So the ace has now transitioned into the 10, and our cycle is complete. And this is where the disconnection, the breakup happens, okay? Because now here we have turned into the 8 of Cups, the walking away, the letting go, the recognition that we've come as far as we can, and the only thing that can save us now is to let go and let time and let the universe. And this is not the 10, because as each of you leave the relationship, you each take a cup with you. Okay, so the 10 turns into the 8, and you each take a cup with you because you don't fully let go of the relationship. You know, there's a part of you that always holds on and maintains a hope somewhere inside, right? So now that the relationship has ended and it's over, we are now in Major Arcana, the Tower energy. And the love is still there. The dove, Aphrodite, she remains. The statue of Aphrodite, she remains through this tragedy, through this shakeup. And this is happening because where this is headed is a different dimensional experience than what it started out as, okay? So that's why the Tower energy has to come into play. And because of that, we feel that great sorrow, the loss, the absence of our twin flame energy. And, you know, on this side, we're stuck in that. We don't see the reasons why, really. You know, we just feel the pain. We transition here into the 10 of Swords. Like, the 10 of Swords is the full element of this energy magnified, okay? And if you notice, this poor knight, he has 10 swords, all piercing his armor. Who could survive that, right? Tower energy, complete shakeup. And with this, it is saying, you know, there's only one sword that can penetrate your armor. There's only one sword that can penetrate the armor of your twin flame. And it each resides in your hands. So, you know, this energy transitions into the 10 because there's something beautiful that's going to happen. Okay? It gets beautiful. We go into this Hanged Man energy. This is where we are now starting to recognize that there's some element of sacrifice. Something needs to be shed. We can't move forward until we come into that new perspective, that dimensional shift of understanding where we were, where we are now, and where we are going. And there's blockage and delay between the reconnection of you and your twin flame until you both, you know, master this Hanged Man energy. And so what does that even mean? Well, as we transition to this, there's a new awakening and understanding that starts to come forth within, and that comes after we've moved beyond some of this, you know, heartache from the separation here. And now we're looking at the heartache here, and you see that little blue flower there. We're beginning to understand things. We're seeing our own hand. We're seeing why things played out the way they did. We're understanding, you know, all the reasons why. We're still in heartache, but we're beginning to awaken within, okay? And as that happens, you now realize that the original relationship that you had created with your twin flame, because this here, this is love energy, this is connection, but this is more of that kind of in the clouds, not fully grounded. We haven't been through a bunch of crap in life yet. You know, it's just, it's love and connection, but it's not that glue that holds it together. And that's why this had to come down, because now we're having a dimensional shift, and all of our preconceived notions and what we thought twin flame love was all about, now all that's hollowed out, and we recognize, you know, that it's time for both ourself and our twin flame to find our true path in life, because the Sphinx here are associated with the Chariot card in this tarot deck. And you see the Chariot is now wrecked upon the shore here. The Chariot representing this initial victory of connection, and now it is washed upon the shore, and you and your twin flame swim off in separate directions. And this is all about looking back on how everything came to this and why this needed to happen. Okay? And now we're here, and we realize we have to shed who we once were to allow that full dimensional shift to take place. And now here we've healed quite a bit, and we are far enough away, we are outside of the experience enough to understand what every single one of these swords represented. Okay? And we are rebirth, renew. We see things in a whole different perspective. Okay? Because now that we've reached this energy, now the Eight of Cups flips over. And here we realize that it was never really the end. The end is only the beginning. And where there was misery and pain and anger and hatred has all been washed away, and we're returning to that innocence, that purity of soul. And we're looking at everything that we have been through with that twin flame, and we understand, and we see the new beginning. And here, this here, we have now shifted, and we're beginning in that new dimensional space of being. And what does that mean? There's no more illusions, okay? You're not confused about what twin flame love is anymore. It's not fluffy, it's not romantic, it's a complete different understanding, a paradigm shift. and now there are others that are looking to you, okay? Like, what do you see, Hanged Man? What is it that you understand? Because you're in a whole new place now, and now you say, universe, show me something new. Show me this new place of this dimension that I have achieved. And you'll notice the starry sky just as here, but look at the difference in color. I guess you can't see that from there, so do you see the difference in color? You come into a whole new perspective. And in that place, you recognize, see the solar eclipse happening there? That a solar eclipse is not a death to the sun, it's just a moment of darkness, okay? Just a moment of darkness. And now that we've conquered this Hanged Man energy, this here, needing to experience life and lesson without each other, transitions into this new dimensional love, okay? And your all 10 cups still sit there so beautifully, but we have shifted into a higher level of emotion, of experience, and now you see Aphrodite is in the sky. It is a higher dimension of twin flame, okay? It's a whole nother experience. And so now that we have achieved that, this Ace of Cups flips around and our love is in full light. There is nothing hidden anymore. It is the truth. We are naked, we are vulnerable, and now where this was once the rising sun, now we have mastered ourselves, and the star is shining for us. This is the recognition of twin flame energy in the other person. That is the actual description of this card, okay? And then lastly, this transitions into this, where now we still recognize the differences or potential incompatibilities with each other. But as we have both shifted into this higher dimensional state of being, of experiencing, of loving, we've tempered ourselves and we know how to flow with one another, and we no longer push against each other. We allow each other the freedom to be who and what each are, okay? With no desire of shaping or molding, pushing, pulling. No, we now just flow in harmony and in love, okay? So that is the story through the tarot of the twin flame meeting, disconnection, and reunitement. At least what it means to me, the way I see and sense and feel the energy of it, okay? So, Capricorn, let's get into how all of this personally relates to you and your twin flame. What is the story that you guys share? So we will start with the overall energy of when you guys reunite, what that looks like. Oh, that was a quick little shuffle there, but that's okay. Oh, nice. So I think Sagittarius also received this, I think. This here is saying that when you reunite with your twin flame, this is coming back together in equal harmony, equal desire, equal everything. Like, we've really got our crap together on both sides. We understand everything. We know who we want to be with. We want a clean slate. We want each other, and we want to make it work. And we want total equality on both sides. This is like as mutual as it gets, but more than that, within ourselves, we've balanced that light and that dark, and we understand the darkness as our teacher, and you know, the light as our healer, and how both energies play out to grow and shape us naturally, organically, and we've both achieved a beautiful balance of that understanding within. So let's pull some cards to see what your greatest insecurity and fear is with this reunitement with your twin flame, and what their greatest insecurity and fear is through the reunitement. All right, so with this excuse me, with this coming out, you are afraid that maybe this isn't the second chance that you think it is. You might be afraid that your twin flame's gonna blame you or put a lot of guilt on you, a lot of pressure on you. Maybe in the past when things ended, you feel like they betrayed you, and now like that is your main fear. Like, you know, are you gonna do this to me again? And their greatest fear is this: Medusa. Jealousy leads to downfall. So with this, I can see this one of two ways. Either they are really fearful of your jealous nature about them, being with them. If you are like really jealous and a suspicious type of person, that is their biggest insecurity about this reunitement, is, you know, having to deal with and work through that energy. Now, the other way I see this is perhaps they are the one that has a lot of jealousy issue around you, and, you know, things going on in your life, and they question, you know, can I handle that? Can I feel safe and comfortable and confident and secure in our relationship with the lifestyle that you lead? You know, maybe you have a lot of interaction with a lot of people, maybe you do a lot of traveling, you know, something like that, and it could lead one's partner to feel a bit worried and insecure. Or, you know, vice versa. Maybe your twin flame is the one that's traveling for business, or just has a lifestyle as such that, you know, you feel jealous and insecure, or they're very attractive and, you know, that makes you jealous. But for whatever reason, that is their biggest fear and worry about this reunitement, is this energy. And also with Medusa, she talks about, you know, somebody who is very severe in their punishment. So if your twin flame did do you dirty, like, they might fear your reaction, your backlash. Maybe you did react very harshly for things that they did, or, you know, again, vice versa. Maybe they're very harsh in how things ended, and that's why you worry. So apply that how it fits for you. But let's see how to remedy these fears and insecurities, okay? Oh, these are so big, it's so hard. It's so hard to shuffle them. All right, let's see. Aww. Nine of Hearts. They are your wish. You are their wish. You guys really love each other. Don't lose sight of that. Always allow that to be the light in the darkness, or what you need to focus on to temper yourself, if that's what needs to happen, or if your twin flame needs to work on tempering themselves. Never forget that, okay? Fulfillment, harmony, protection. All right, Night Wind, facing fear, subconscious release, healing. So for them, whatever this energy is, it is deep, deep in their subconscious. Whether it has anything to do with you, and now that this card comes out, this could be their own past that has very little to do with you, and it's just deeply rooted within them. Whatever this energy is, it's very much a part of them. And it's kind of sad, like, it's got a grip in such a way that I don't feel that they recognize how much this is just a true fear. It's not founded at all at this point, you know, in the journey. And healing for them, and taking the chance, you know, let's give this another try, facing fear and seeing that, you know, it is different this time. You guys are in a different place. You know, you've both been through a lot, and there's a dimensional shift. And I see a lot of green in these first few cards that have come out. There's a, you know, hint of green, which is all about the heart chakra, okay, love energy. And also now purple, which is the 7th chakra, that connection to spirit. So, you know, this is very blessed. There's a lot of healing that is taking place. And, you know, be gentle with your twin flame about this energy. It is really deeply rooted in their subconscious, and, you know, any sort of meditation, Reiki, things like that could help them release that. I feel like it's compounded. It might have some to do with you, and then some to do with just other things that they've been through in their life. But, you know, you are their heart's desire, and they are yours, and that's what matters most here. So let's pull some cards to see how this reunion and reunitement comes to be. Okay, so we have codependency and love yourself first. So with these energies, what I see is perhaps the first go round you guys had a very codependent relationship, or maybe one of you just had a very addictive personality. There could have been some addictions. You know, it's just with this energy, it could be where one person had low self-esteem and the other person just couldn't take it. Like, you know, there was just no remedy. It could play out so many different ways. But what this is about is really finding yourself and learning to love yourself and being strong on your own. And that's like what's achieved here, you know, before you guys reunite. And that's what brings you back together, is the achievement of that independence, which allows you guys to come back together in an interdependent relationship, okay? So let's pull some Cups cards to see what your emotional energy is during the reunion, and what their emotional energy is during the reunion. Yeah, that is all you want. Nobody else. They're the one for you. End of story, no matter what. Like, Ace of Cups. Doesn't get better than that. They are coming through as the 5 of Cups. So, they struggle so much more with this than you do. And, sorry. My Virgo friend just sent me a text, and it was hilarious what she just said. Anyways, this here is telling me that something really has hurt them. This could be directly related with you or just life. But at the same time, with these 2 cups here, it's like the connection, the love is what has kept them going. Okay, no matter what they've faced. So when you guys come back together, you're like, I'm ready to love you. And you know, I feel like there's a lot of hurt inside of them still. It's not that they don't want you, but I feel like the reunion of the two of you is what allows them to fully heal and let go of all this energy. Like, I just want to hold them. I don't know, Capricorn. It's just like there's a lot that they have been through. Even so, if they put you through quite a bit, it's because they have been through a lot. And since this is general for some of you, this is because you put them through that. So, you know, apply it how it fits. Let's pull some Wands energy to see your spiritual energy. Five of Flames. Yeah, you feel that. You feel that from them, and you're like, how do I remedy this? How do I soothe you? Because they're defensive. They're very closed up. But Capricorn, I feel like they've just been through a storm and back. And I'm not saying they're unstable or anything like that, but out of these energies, you're definitely more grounded, more solid footing. And, you know, maybe what brings you back together is they're just going through a lot in life, and you guys reconnect, and through that reconnection, you're like, hey, you know what? Let me love you. Let me love you, please. So let's see what needs to be healed for you, for them. All right, so you have the Divine Spark, and this is telling me that you need to let the magic reignite inside of you. Okay, this is what needs to be healed inside of you. That belief that, like, this energy can be overcome, because it can. I just feel like, Capricorn, you've got to be stronger somehow, some way, for some reason in the initial reunitement, even though it's like a mutual love, balance, connection. I just feel like you've got to be the stronger one at first. They're coming through. The healing is Archangel Gabriel. I invite Archangel Gabriel to bring hope and intuition into my life. So this here, look at what's depicted. It's all white. This is purity. This is healing. The light of their own soul can evaporate all of this challenging energy that they are experiencing. And, you know, your reconnection, I don't know, I just feel like your reconnection is the thing that is helping them out. Like, you just feel stronger somehow, some way. I don't know why. So let's pull some energies of, you know, the experiences as you guys reunite and the path forward. Yeah, I'm just noticing, see the coloring of that, how it matches the background of that? It's like they've got to allow the light into all the wounds within themselves to be purified, because they're just such a beautiful soul. I just, okay. Letting go. Look at, that's card 22. That's card 22. Yeah, this to me is, we've got to really let go of whatever this entails, and see all those butterflies, and let all the new come in. Dragonfly there. Believe in the magic. oath. You guys are going to make a promise to each other. And it's going to be very significant. Like, this is something beyond marriage, okay? Like I said, it's a different dimensional experience of the twin flame energy. And, you know, I think this is more of like you promising them your heart and soul, and, you know, helping them let the past go. Because look at what comes out next. Strength. Yeah, we are so much stronger together than we are apart. And this is how we shall grow for the rest of our lives. And look at how big and strong that oak tree is right there. Gorgeous. Yeah, you are going to help them through quite a bit. Absolutely. And that's just how you guys planned it. That's how you wanted it to be when you, you know, before you incarnated into this body. But this is just such a solid, beautiful connection. You guys will get through this, okay? So let's pull some advice. You know, and also for some of you, because this is general, it could be truly that they put you through a ton of stuff. And all of this energy comes through for them because there's a lot of guilt and a lot of heartache and a lot of pain for what they put you through. Okay? And it's really hard for them to work through that and let that go. And, you know, you're here in this space saying, listen, you're all I want. You're the only one I love. You know, let's work through this. We could get through this. For some of you, that could definitely be the message here. But for the majority, I really feel as though, you know, you either put them through a lot or they've been through a lot outside of you, and like that's just a big energy as you guys reunite, but you help them through that, and it makes you grow so strong together. Yeah, seek resolution, healing. It's time to let the past go and dream of a much more beautiful, happy life, exactly how you guys want it to be, because the energy is there for you to, yeah. And this is, you know, the energy that the two of you can achieve together when you're working towards the same goal. It's just like this beautiful harmony of perfect alignment for you guys. There's just some heavy energy on their side, and you can heal them. It's just beautiful, Capricorn. I really like your reading. I do. It's there's depth to it that I just don't even know how to articulate. And the energy of your twin flame, man, some of them have really just been through quite a bit. I don't know. Maybe in the past that's why you guys just didn't work out, but whatever it is, that energy is there for healing, and you saw that oak tree. You will grow strong. You have shifted a dimension when it comes to your love for each other. So believe in that. Do not let that go. dream the life that you truly desire with your twin flame, because you guys have the capability of manifesting that for yourself, especially with this energy right here. So Capricorn, I am sending lots of love and light to you and your twin flame, and I am wishing you guys much success, happiness, and prosperity. Take care.